But anyways, let's get into the discussion. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having themselves a good day. Say hi to YouTube. This will be on YouTube later. So we got the second part of whistling, which I mean, I
I
guess
wish we didn't.
the the title of whistling, though we saw her whistling at the beginning, and it kind of came full circle at the end, which is like he approached her because he liked her whistling, but he didn't really. I think he just liked her. He tried to use the whistling as the get in, as the get. You kind of need the icebreaker topic. So he's
Hmm.
like, could have whistle it. She's like, nah, this is uncle better than me. Like, listen, I like you, all right? Cut up. But what's up, Miles?
It don't matter though. Young nigga from Canada, brought from that bullshit and go like a matador.
Yo,
What it do, baby?
how's everybody feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. Do my best.
My name says it all. I was living on
Uh,
It's been a rough week in more ways than one. Let's put it that way. So, and this chapter didn't help. It made me very fucking sad. It was funny too because like I was like, hold on, we're getting is this a new era? Because I really think that chapter with Human Shuri and Yama ended on a high note, like nice. And like, oh, okay, look at her, bittersweet. I gotta take bittersweet. Nah, she went right back. I said, look at you. She's like, this is not the real me. I gotta go back to my roots. So yeah, Indra isn't needed for the best possible future. You know what I'm saying? You might have to chuck him. Just chuck him. I need him to die by lightning. We feeling sad. You don't believe in necessary evils. He's not a necessary evil, bro. I don't know. He probably is, but it's a good chapter, all things considered. I don't want to like take that away from this, but what do you guys want to? Well, I'll start with this, and then you guys can jump in whatever you want to jump in with, and we'll just kind of take it from there. We know where the Beats by Dre come from now. Now I feel bad for joking about it. actually, I actually feel bad. I was like, damn. She just kind of got bodied and just felt it's like the last like keepsake item I guess he's got of her. So, but what do you guys think though, in general? All right, nice talk. I guess I'll
Wow.
just keep talking. Um, I thought the chapter did a lot of things that were interesting. Learning about like how the bonding of the betrothal of the souls work. I like that it binds the two souls together, and how like I guess because I don't want to get into the minutia of this because I probably don't understand it, but but it's probably like to do with the way you write it or sounding or pronounce it maybe in Korean I think it was. So it's like humans read it as like I guess like almost like a holy union between two people, but the gods would read it as the union of two souls. Thought that was pretty cool. I like that. And then finding out the various ways I suppose you can break that. Um and one of the ways that we learned that you can break it is I guess if you're the person who I guess married the two souls together, you could break it whenever you want. I guess whenever you want, maybe. Like I don't even know if like Indra could have just done that whenever he wanted. Did he need them to like somebody one of the two to possibly like want to do it? But then you also know that it's kind of like it's almost like no fault divorce. You can kind of just be like, all right, like I'm out, I'm done. So you could just kind of break it off yourself. Does anyone else want to chime in? I guess not.
well,
Miles, what are you doing, bro? I'm making food and muted. Fucking speak.
wait, what the? Don't you fucking put what the? All right, you got it. I see how we're doing this.
Like goddamn.
I, I thought the chapter was really good. Uh, I'm gonna feel some type of way because Value's my second favorite god. Uh, I think this was much needed info. I really like and enjoy every single one of these side stories because like the amount of stuff that we're getting to understanding like the actual like world like itself or universe itself is like really good. So as you said, I think the soul tying stuff is really good. I don't think like either of the emotions winning was necessary. I'm gonna take Indra's words at face value that like just by him being the officiator he could have done it at any time. Uh so going with that, I can't remember. Do we know who officiated Yama and Berlitz? Was it Yama?
I actually don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. I feel like off the top of my head, I kind of want to say it's Yama, which would make sense because I feel like if it was one of the other gods, it would have to be a god that blessed the soul, because otherwise, I feel like they would have unofficiated Berlitz's life and killed her. So I'm just trying to think of that top of my head. It's one of those things. I think for me, the biggest takeaway from me outside
Yama.
of like
It was Yama.
enjoying their relationship, okay, that's what I thought. Was the bit about enlightenment. I thought that was really, really interesting because
you have to like kind of.
It's good to see
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say it's good to see that we got to see Vayu's personality beforehand. It was a lot more happy-go-lucky, and I really hope that we'll get more of the gods, what emotion they left at the top is, because now we know his responsibilities, but we don't know what anybody else is. I kind of want to argue like the same, like making sure the universe exists. Now I'm curious if she'll use a different word or something, like a different emotion. But this is the weird thing. Vayu was a fourth Zen god, and he by reaching enlightenment he became fifth Zen.
Yeah.
That to me kind of blew my mind because I assumed they were automatically fifth Zen off rip. Because that seemed to be the differentiation between
the nature
him
gods.
and Yama. Because when they said Yama, when they said Yama's created, I was taking in the sense of Yama wasn't fifth Zen before, and like we don't know like even his creation because he's death, and maybe his jurisdiction was like he came later when like death first existed in the universe, whatever. But I thought he was like fourth Zen or something before, and then became fifth. But this still doesn't mean all of them were fourth Zen before, because Agni had to have been fifth Zen off rip because he's never gone through the enlightenment process.
Indra for
They
sure
just
was
made sure of that. And
Indra
he's fifth Zen.
Indra for sure was fourth
Yeah.
based off this chapter. And I actually think it's more likely that the highest rank you could reach with gods before enlightenment. I think all these guys still had natural. I think their power levels were the same even at fourth. I think what happens when they get to fifth Zen is that they just have the enlightenment stuff happens, and then they have total control over the element above everybody else. They already had that before, but now it's even more so when they reach fifth Zen, which leads me to believe that it's likely that out of all the gods that were created at the beginning, only the primevals and probably Agni and Kubera were the only fifth Zens at the time when the universe was first.
Maybe, yeah, because they're from the original. They're from the previous universe, which would make sense. We don't even know if
You first
Kubera
mentioned
even
his
got the
betrothed. I
enlightenment.
thought she was still around somewhere. Should have known better. Yama officiated Bill Agni will hug Andromeda before he lets Indra bless his betrothal. A lot of his and gods, why had to choose Indra? He should have waited until some other god was free to do it. I feel like I forgot did Agni enlighten? He did. His attachment is his wish that Billith achieves happiness in this universe or something similar. Okay, thanks. Agni is enlightened for sure. I think that oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I could have sworn there was a specific piece of dialogue where they literally said, "Agni's like, I don't want to go to the top and forget anything." I remember seeing the dialogue about that.
I remember some type of back and forth conversation happening where it's like when you become enlightened, you give up on you kind of give up on the world because I don't know, you let go of all your earthly attachments and desires or whatnot. So it seems like maybe I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to discern is like, is this something that is constant, consistent, or like a rule for everyone? Does it work differently depending on the god? Can you be born third Zen and go to fifth Zen? Can you be born fifth Zen? Can you be born first Zen and get to fifth Zen? Like, I'm not entirely sure how it works. If there's like one rule applies to every single god, is it different for planetary gods, which is like a nature god or something? Like, I don't know, but the thing that was interesting to me about the Enlightenment stuff was like you said, I think you mentioned it. I didn't know you needed to do that to become fifth Zen, but I wonder if that is actually a requirement. Because if you were already born maybe fifth Zen, if you get enlightened now, what happens? I'm not sure that's 100% clear. So those are kind of some of the things that I was thinking about. But I did like this. Like it's almost like when you reach the top, it seems like if you want to kind of come back, I suppose, and like kind of intermingle with what's going on, you gotta like kind of give something up, so to speak. So it was cool. It was interesting. And I think responsibility was for Vayu, but you can see there's a stark change in his personality since becoming enlightened, and then him being fourth Zen, to the point where like I was like a little shocked to see him so like bubbly, and it felt weird because I usually see him and his eyes are kind of just dead, and he just kind of very deadpan serious. So it was cool, but it was pretty sad. So sorry, you guys said what? I remember Agni told Brillet that he couldn't become enlightened because of his betrothal. I'll try to find the exact episode BRB. It's season 3, chapter 116. I'll look for it and see if I can find it. But that stuff was all really good though. But damn, man. So
Riddle me. In this chapter, did Vayu say something along the lines of like being the wind of
the universe,
all the universe before he became this? Then
yes.
Okay.
like wind would probably
like,
so that would go more.
Wind
to
would
what
probably
Glam was
be hard to
saying.
get rid of.
Yeah, but no, I think that goes more with Glam was saying of like he's like if he's saying he's the representative of all of the wind in the universe as a fourth sin,
for those
then
guys,
like he is the top dog already.
I think for those 7 createds, those 7 naturals and maybe even Yama specifically, reaching fifth Zen is not a power level thing.
It's not a what?
Now I don't know. No, it's like it could. I don't know what purpose it serves for those guys, but it's not a power level thing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than maybe.
I just went online to Webtoon for a second, and they called I think it's Veracity was after Black Bear, right? And the Firefox, they called it Gluttony. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, but if it's not a power level thing, it either has to be like you get some extra perks at fifth Zen, like betrothals. You can like refugiate them.
Yeah, I guess, and you can cancel them whenever you want.
And maybe like access to other realms, like other like dimensions, stuff that fourth can't get to.
Yeah, because the whole point.
And also, it seems like enlightenment and going to the top can be a repeated thing to get rid of certain emotions.
Yes.
Like do this more than once.
It is a repeated thing.
So even if enlightened maybe once at the beginning of the universe, he has long since. I don't think he has gone to the top in maybe a few million years at this point in time.
Well, I will say, one, we know that's a repeated process because they specifically, I can't remember which god said it. I don't think it was Brahma. I think
it's Chandra.
Where they said it became a system that was abused by the people as like a means of like, I guess, them consistently trying to get rid of their emotions. And that basically like, the system of like becoming enlightened was flawed from the beginning. Yeah, because of how it's being abused by the gods at that point. Is it not true that
all fifth Zen gods have reached enlightenment? Isn't it? Is it? You haven't at least. I guess I could put it on screen. That's probably a good idea. Sorry, I know it's Line Webtoon that I'm looking at. Sorry, I probably should have went to another one, but I'll just kind of pull it up a little bit here so everyone can see. So I said it's not true that all fifth Zen gods have reached enlightenment. So I probably didn't remember that. So at least you haven't. I couldn't because of the person I loved. Once you reach enlightenment, you leave behind all desire. You won't want anything anymore. Even your will to protect the universe disappears. But I am the fire of this universe. I need to remain here regardless of how I feel. So I clung to one remaining attachment, the person I love, my hope that they'd be happy in this world. So you had someone you loved very much. Yep, I'm a married man. It's a little different. But in human, well, I guess, yeah. I guess that's about it. But
okay, so he was enlightened. Okay, all right. So I was wrong. Yeah, so he is enlightened. Okay.
So he went to the top and did the same thing Indra and Vayu did.
Yeah.
That's what it seems
so
like.
He might have been fourth Zen before. Okay. Yeah, I guess they all were.
Kubera's the weird one. What did you do with him?
Given his personality, you could probably assume he's enlightened, but
I'm sorry.
So yeah,
go back up. Give me 1 second. Let me just get up to the comments real quick. Agony's a line for sure. My Agony told brother, you can blah blah blah. But patrol though, try to find it. Oh, that's exactly what differentiates fits off from other than gods. They had a higher state of mind, which is why mental battles is where they will always win. She said it specifically. This chapter reminded me of what Kubera said to Maroon about the sin of being a bystander, of why you couldn't choose between breaking off the betrothal or killing her. So Indra chose for him since he's the go. Oh my goodness, tired of you. I'm tired of you. Access to paradise, Lilith. Is it not true that all the physical gods have enlightenment? Is it? Oh yeah, I just read that. The person I loved, Chandra and Pedally God. Yeah, it makes you wonder what attachment Kubera kept. They said, nah, Kubera just weird. The God of Roach is weird. My bad. Go ahead. I didn't continue what you guys were saying. I don't know if you remember what you were talking about. But
Miles or me?
anyone, someone was talking.
I think it was Miles.
You don't remember.
Oh, was it me? I was gonna say. Yeah, I guess the thing with enlightenment is the only things we know is that it can be done multiple times. So I guess you could make the argument that you could potentially over a long period of time regain the emotions that you've lost. So as like you said, Glam, like if he did this so long ago, like when he like first met Brilith, probably
because now it's
so long.
Yeah, because now it's very clear. Agni cares about more things than just Brilith.
Yeah.
And Vayu, I think, also indicative of this as well. And Chandra, too. Because Vayu was responsibility, but even now he's doing things that don't really fall in line with his responsibility. Like saving the Surs in the Sur realm is not his job.
Yes. And we still don't know his relationship with Ra, which could also be
or Lee. Because that could be different because of it was probably founded with connection to Ra, but it could also be different in that relationship too.
Yes. And then fuck, what was I saying? So yeah, and then also we do know there is something extremely positive about being enlightened. We don't know what the differentiation really between like these, I guess, fourth and fifth Zins that were maybe supposed to be, but the fact seems to be that every race can reach enlightenment. The whole point was Monaka was one of the few, if not maybe the only, really, that could reach enlightenment out of the Nastikas and was going to reach it within a few million years. And that if she did reach enlightenment, I can't remember if they said it was a guarantee, but like their chances of like the universe like winning or surviving or whatever was greatly enhanced by just virtue of her reaching enlightenment. Like that was a huge thing. And then it seems like in this chapter, the word aesthetic keeps being brought up because he even brought up aesthetic training for himself when he was reaching enlightenment. So it seems like maybe she as a human could also potentially reach it. So again, I wonder if like you get different things depending on your race for it, or if it's a singular thing that's the same throughout every race.
Possible, like, because I'm gonna hit two birds with one stone here, because now we're on the fuck Indra agenda. We're now officially sponsoring the Ushis for a Sky Attribute God 5th Zen campaign. Ushis 2024. We're starting it right now. But also,
hashtag it's a church ready.
If Ushis did go up from 4th to 5th Zen, I actually think it would be a power scaling thing for her. Because she wasn't at the beginning and wasn't designed to have all this power beforehand.
I just want to add a small side note that when they're talking about enlightenment, it's clearly Agni here. So I'm just not very bright. he's just right there. I'm crying. I just want to read this one part because I just think it's important. I'm just gonna highlight it real quick because it contrasts what we just read. It's tough for him with the top already. With the top, it's a place you can go to attain enlightenment. For an ordinary soul, attaining enlightenment is akin to an exit from this universe. But gods like us, whose jurisdictions make up the universe, we must not exit it recklessly. And so through the top, we rebuild ourselves through adjustments and return with a created reason to stay in this universe. As a result, Indra's character completely changed. In that state, he would be capable of something like true love. Even if he was, it would be a shallow emotion. Blah 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 blah. Didn't he was betrothed once, right? Or no?
Yes.
Indra?
Yes, he was.
I
He
guess
clearly didn't care about that bitch though.
yeah. So I'm sure you probably can get betrothed as a fifth Zen, but do you think it's kind of pointless? Like at that point, they can't like really feel like they gotta do it as a fourth Zen. I was curious about that. I was wondering myself, where it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things that it just depends on the personality of the god in general. So I would like to nominate me and Indra to continue to smoke that snitch pack. Snitch pack? Who snitched?
Nobody snitched.
Why didn't Anata? Oh my God! Are you ahead? I'm scared now. Why didn't Anata become enlightened? He's too busy trying to rewrite the universe.
Well, to be fair, just because you're strong doesn't mean you can be enlightened.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily the pathway for him. Like, he's not somebody that I expected to be enlightened. To be honest, like Miles said, I don't think strength equates with needing to be like enlightened like that. But
no, I mean, to be fair, he maybe I don't know, maybe he was.
He could have been. My point was just that, like I never really thought to myself like, hey, he's got to be kind of thing. Where it's like, I mean,
yeah, I agree.
I would have to probably see an example of a like a Surari doing that in general first. I don't know if we have an example of that. We just have Indra roasting Kadru for not being able to do it.
Yeah,
like, I think, bro, you could spend your whole life in reaching the top, bozo. So
I mean, the first one that's gonna do it's gonna be Gun Horror.
Mm-hmm. Corey, I think I brought this up in the last discussion. That's what I was saying, where I thought that I'll read what he said first. Ancient humans had immortal souls, and it was set up with 3 races were supposed to be equal. So if Suras and gods can reach enlightenment, it makes sense for ancient humans to do it too. I agree. And I was saying I think the ascetic training was maybe supposed to be stacked over the lifetimes, and when you do like the age of coming ceremony, you get the EXP on the journey to enlightenment. Kind of carries over. That's kind of like the headcanon that I had. I could be completely fucking wrong, but that's kind of how I was thinking. So if they go to the top, does that mean they have a ticket to the next universe as long as they're not a god and make it to the end? I think he may have been enlightened. You talking about Anata? Oh, fair enough. It's a good question. What do you guys think? If they go to the top, does that mean they have a ticket to the next universe as long as they're not a god and make it to the end?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't.
Because if that was the case, I'm willing to bet there'd be a lot more gods in this universe than there was in the previous one that would have transferred over. Because apparently, because they've probably repeated the process a dozen times. Like, I don't think that the.
No, he said he's not talking about the gods. He's talking about like if humans or like Nastikas did it.
Well, I mean, Bill, I don't think so.
Yeah.
He said the Indra dick writing is insane. Yeah, let him rock, man. It's free country.
Yeah, dick riding that pile of mid is wild. I don't know what these people are doing.
Taking over Ken Hopper.
Wait, who the fuck is dick riding Indra?
Hilo's in the chat. Even though he's been terrorizing us for like the last 2 days.
Who's checking Indra? Agni's canonically killed Indra a shit ton of times, and Kubera beats his ass when he pisses him off. That's why Indra doesn't like him. What are we talking about?
Yep.
How are you the king of gods and not number 1? You're trash. You're dog shit.
I only laugh because like I'm like, you know,
he's not nice.
I like assholes, but he's not even a raw one to me. And like I'm sure there's gonna be some point where it's like, ooh, he was a nice guy, then he got enlightened. That's why he liked this. I'm just not gonna move me.
I don't even believe that.
You just like this. He's just Dio. You just like this. He was born like this.
Yes.
I agree with that headcanon. I actually think Maruna has the most potential to be enlightened. That's interesting. He's the closest to Manaka. Manaka was the one who said to be okay with the way to enlightenment or something like that. Ganhavra will have to be sent to the beginning of the universe and live through the entire history of the universe several times to become enlightened. It's not happening. I'll be sick.
I mean, I think that's what's gonna happen. I gotta give it to him.
I mean, let's be real here for a minute. Is becoming enlightened a dub at this point?
I don't know yet. It possibly. I need more information. I don't know yet. Give Agni the role, and he's on that menace energy. He don't give a damn. Is it power abuse if I time out low every time he shills Indra? Hey, go ahead and swing the blade. He said yes, it's abuse. Nah, it's not. That's you know what?
I feel like
That's the Indra way. You're Indra. You like Indra. You know he kind of a tyrant. You do what he want. The sort of blade out. The sword of what's it? What is it? The blade. The sword of Damocles is right above you.
I don't know if he's actually trolling or if he's just being serious. That's the thing.
Huh? No, I think it's one of those middle ground, like to have truth. I think he likes Indra. I think he's not the first person I know who likes Indra. A lot of people like Indra. But he knows we're sad about what happened, so he's teasing us. That's all.
I'm still curious about why Indra like covers his eyes. That's what I'm curious about.
Because he's on. I'm about to make a reference to a manga I don't even want to talk about. So let me stop.
Well, because I was gonna say I've seen this thing. It's weird how like a few of like the lightning users like cover their faces or eyes. Like Indra covers his eyes. Monoseven had a mask, and there's one more lightning fucker that also like kind of covers themselves. Who was it?
Garuda.
Also crazy to think that Primevals exist on even a higher plane than the fifth Zen, so they have a different level of enlightenment. He's cosplaying as 9S. Shout out Nier and my guy Yokotaro, man.
I knew that's where he was going.
Just like I couldn't do that. Like I'm not enough of a character or caricature of something to just wear that mask around it. Like you in the bathtub taking interviews. Like, bro, what's good with you? That mask on. He's actually he said what? Someone redeemed time, someone out. That's go ahead. Go. You know what? The people have spoken. It's timed out, bro. I'll give it. Oh, you can put how many seconds you want to time someone off for? I'll give it like 200.
Yeah, max is 600 seconds, which is 10 minutes. That's the fun one.
All right. They said we treating him like a Phoenix magician. He worshiping the wrong dude. Oh man. Anyways, back to the chapter. What were we talking about? Sorry.
Us being sad. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, we were sad. There was an interesting point about humans having like different skin types. I don't say skin types. I don't. It looks like parts of her body look a little bit more rock hardish. I can't tell if I'm seeing that wrong or whatever. And she has like elf ears.
Yeah, she had elf ears when she was marrying by.
Yeah, that's interesting. Ancient humans are just better. They just better, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, what do you guys think about Vayu's kind of like general proposal here to break off the whole betrothal thing?
I think, well, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. He was putting the rock in a hard place, and he just left it up to her. Because that's like that's what I thought it was going to be. Like I thought he would take the route of, we need to end this. I can't do anything, but I also don't want to lose you, so I'll hide you away.
Oh wait, did I lie? He has the beats on already. Where do you get these beats from? It's the most important question.
Now we know what the purpose. You know what the purpose of the beats is, though.
True.
I mean, it probably is from like I don't know if I'll say.
I think it's one of her lies that gave it to him as a gift or something. But I thought for some reason, like I went through it again. I thought that when she like dropped to the ground, and he picks it up, that's when he gets it. But he already had them, so I'm just blind. That's my fault. So rocking a hard place. But do you like? The question I have is more so like just kind of a personal thing where it's like these situations happen in these stories where people are like, you know, I don't want to reference this fucking manga right now, but it's kind of like the Garp thing with Ace, where it's like when somebody with that level of like importance and like gravitas and they have responsibilities to like a grander organization or people, whatever you want to call it, and they kind of have to choose between that and their family. Like, what do you generally think is the kind of like right course of action? And like, what do you think you would just do personally more often than not?
Depends on the family. Depends on the group. Depends on what we're doing.
So it's it's the woman you love.
I feel like in this scenario, I mean, Vayu, I would do the same thing. I'd leave it up to her, and she was like, "No, you have to make the decision." So then I would force myself to then make the decision. I don't know what way Vayu would lean. I feel like. Honestly, based on what I know about Vayu, I think he would have. I don't think he would have killed her. No way in hell do I think he's killing her. But I think he might have forced her into hiding. and just kept her away from the conflict, even if she hated him for it. Which I don't think she would have in terms of the long term, because I don't see any scenario in that relationship where she survives where the relationship doesn't become exactly like Agni and Brilith is, personally. Where it's like super duper strained, but they still love each other.
I guess the question, because like when he's explaining everything that's happening, I'm not sure I fully understood it. I want to kind of reread it again one more time. But it's like the plan to annihilate humanity has already progressed to a point where I alone can't do anything to stop it. So
That's why I
if you
said
wish,
that.
yeah. So if you actually, let me put it on screen while I'm reading it quick. So if you wish, I can uphold the betrothal and keep your soul alone from being destroyed, but in that case, you will begin a lonely cycle of reincarnation amongst a new race of a new era. Each life will be harder than the one you led now. There will be no kid who understands you, and over hundreds of millions, even billions of years, you will have to keep enduring in that state. Moreover, in the body of the new humans, the brain will have priority over the soul unless something special happens. You won't even remember me. If Yama doesn't help me, there will be no way for me to find you either. Our reunion will only depend on a vague attraction as the other halves of our souls. Can you live like that? How did you guys interpret that bit? And like, did it sound that awful to you? And do you think that is kind of consistent with the life Brilith has been living?
I think it's exactly the same as
okay. That's kind of like the whole reason why I want to highlight that part, because
that's why I said before, like, I don't see a scenario in which she survives where their relationship just isn't Brilith and Agni 2.0. Seriously.
You earlier asked what would we do in that situation? I think, like, in the same vein, like, I would give like her choice, but like she put it back on me, I'd honestly probably kill her. Truth be told.
Fair enough.
It's one of those things of like Brilith's life has been nothing but fucking horrible. Like, majority of the lives from the moment like that people died, like you see, even when she first comes back, she's like, she doesn't like normal humans. She doesn't connect with them. She thinks most of them are kind of trash, honestly. And now she can only live in a world with still Nasta, because where they're just honestly in some ways worse than what they were, and God to remove the veil of actually caring. And then she has to consistently deal with her shitty luck and get her, blown up, tortured, whatever. Yeah, I don't think I think giving a swift death and making sure like your loved one never has to go through that, probably better. It's one of those things like I can understand why they didn't, but it seems it's more of like they're just not willing to take the responsibility of like doing it, because they're like, it's like, oh well, I can't have that blood on my hands, but it's like you're still subjecting your loved one to like not like years of torture, but like literally millennia, millions of years of endless suffering.
I don't feel the same, because I think with this is my perspective on both women. I think both women want that regardless, because they'd rather be with their husbands.
All right, that should be fun.
Is he right?
Yeah, I'm on my neighbors, and I went downstairs, so signal should be better. What were you talking about specifically? I don't remember where we got cut off, to be honest.
I was talking about my decision.
They said, is Indra sabotaging the stream? Yes. Low. He stopped talking to us and he started talking to Indra. You got him to get the stream out of here, but we should be okay. Apologize if it's not, but my internet is ass, so nothing I can do about it. Like, it literally just died. It's gone. No one can do anything in the house. No Wi-Fi here. I'm literally using my neighbors because they're not with the same one as us. But yeah, you said your decision would be to you'd spare her from the millennia of suffering. You said, right? Because I'd probably fight.
Yeah.
I'd probably fight through it and try to find her every time, or lifetime, and try to find a way around it.
Like, I guess so my thing is, I again, this is hard because like I don't know what emotions I would have lost, but like let's say like if I had like full able body, I would have first like tried to give full onus of like, what do you want to do in this situation? Because I probably would have just been like, if you want, I would have just been like, I'm immortal, so at that point I wouldn't care. I'd be like, I'll just fight the gods for eternity if you want. Like if you want it to live, then we can. Like that's why I said like I would only do it after the point of like if she did the thing of you're making the decision, where I already offered you to make the decision where I would have done wherever you wanted, whether it's fight or survive or just stay together for whatever, and you didn't choose that, you made it, I would probably just spare you the suffering from that. But, like, at the bare minimum, no matter what, I'm for sure at least fighting Indra for all of eternity. And if I can, I'm going to torture him for all of eternity, without a doubt. Like, there's no way I'm still hanging around with the gods. Fuck you guys. I wouldn't care if the universe dies too at that point. Like,
I think it's impossible for Vayu to do that, Miles, because he chose responsibility.
it is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is like if I had like some more like
And
level of
also-
that's why I'm like it's so hard to gauge.
And also, it's probably likely that Vayu's not as strong as a lot of these guys individually. I'd be
Yeah,
willing
I
to-
know. I agree. And that's why like even if it was me, even if I wasn't, I'm still fighting you every time. Like I'm pulling up, I'm sneak attacking if that even matters and like god shit, but like there's just no way I would be willing if I had the ability to be willing to engage with you guys still, I wouldn't. But again, it's like if I was in a space, I don't know which emotion I would be retaining. So yeah, I get why he did it and stuff, yeah.
I think I somewhat agree with her viewpoint on this. I think it's cowardice to put the decision on her. Actually, I think you're a coward for that. You either talk it out in a way where you both have to decide something, or you make that decision because you know that you're the one who has like you're like a god, a higher being, whatever. Maybe he's not trying to be like pompous or whatever, but I do think that makes you a coward. I would be pissed off if someone tried to pawn off that decision on me myself. Don't make me decide that. Make that decision yourself. So, but I know how I am. I'm more of a fighter than anything. So I'd be like, hey man,
No, I'm saying like at the end
we
of the
figure
day,
something out. Yama's my guy.
Yeah.
I'm saying we'll get something in the works here. I wouldn't be so defeatist. At least not so quickly.
Me and Aggie
To the point where Indra's like, bro, fuck this bitch. Huh?
yeah. For me, like when I'm asking somebody, hey, it's your decision at the end of the day, it's because it's their life. That's the only time.
Yeah.
Like it's literally your existence as a person, whatever way, shape, or form that takes, is ultimately up to you or us, if that's the way you want to do it.
That's what I say.
I think with Vayu, it's hard. I think Vayu wasn't in particular isn't in the because of enlightenment wasn't in the position to make that kind of offer. I think that if this was fourth Zen him, and he was in the position, or no, if he was fifth Zen, and had retained his love for her, with like responsibility at the same time, I think he would have been more along the lines of we'll figure something out together. In this case, he's just because he's removed all of that for just responsibility for the universe. Well, the love is still there, but it's just smaller. He's kind of like a fucking Breacher Clan member in that sense.
Yeah. He said, yeah, her reaction was great. She called him out for both assuming that she couldn't bear the consequence and for trying to pass the torch on to her. That's exact. I probably would have reacted in a similar fashion myself. Like not so viscerally, but I'd been like, so wait. First of all, you're assuming that I can't handle it. And second of all, you're just trying to pawn that decision on me. Like, nah, bro, make that yourself. And I'm out of here. I understand that. I'm not mad at it. Truly, I'm not. But I know me in these types of situations. I'm not a good person. The world can burn, bro. A good person.
That's how I would have felt after she died. I would have just been like, I don't care about it's like I don't care about the universe at this point. Like, why would
he almost didn't get a chance to choose anything. He's like, what? Wait, what the? And then it just like lightning bolt. And I said, for a second, I thought she was transforming. I said, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh
crazy.
nah, she got hit by the lightning bolt. I said, there's no way he did that.
When I saw the lightning bolt, my jaw dropped, and I like had my head in my hands for a little bit. I was like, no fucking way.
What's the way he does when he pulls up on Maruna now? You know exactly why. Like he looks like he just lost like something so important to him, and his eyes are just they're like dead. You know.
Because then also, the choice that he ultimately had to make was then robbed of him too. They were both robbed of choice.
That's a good point.
He should have gone up to. I would have been on Agni's doorsteps. Agni. They killed my girl. We gotta kill everybody.
But you know damn well they weren't winning.
Who? Him and me and Agni together? I don't care. We're going hard.
Not Miles. You know they ain't winning.
we're going hard. We're killing all the gods. Now, if they have the Nastica, help them out, that's a different story. But
Bata goes full Nastica form with the gods, and it's over.
hey, but we're immortal. We got all the time in the world. We got all the time in the world, Glam. They're not gonna. Not everybody's always gonna be together at the same time forever.
Wasn't Ken Harva there too at the same time?
What did I miss?
Where?
When they pulled up on the planet with Agni's wife and him.
Yeah, he was there. He fought Anata. No, Anata fought. Anata fought Ravana. He fought.
No. That's before.
Did he fight?
That's way before this.
He fought Kanara.
Yeah, because you're thinking of when.
Oh, you're right. That was before.
That's way before this.
You're right.
Because Yaksha was alive.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and Yaksha was fighting Ashra when that battle was happening. That was on the moon. Or it was on the other planet when Yaksha threw him, and then Chandra and Maruna there, and they had to leave.
Yeah.
I will say this. This might make some of you guys happy. I think Vayu's become a little more interesting to me. Stock's gone up. He's not like a top. He's still not one of my favorites. But I've definitely taken a greater interest in him since because of what happened here. I would argue. I feel like I understand him. I feel like I understand him more now. I understand him more. So.
Nah, you're late to the party. Nah. We don't need you on this thing.
I did not ask to be invited. I'm not investing any stocks. Don't try that on me. I did not switch nothing up. All I told you was, I get it now. I get it. The last week I didn't get it. This week I get it. That's all I'm saying. Look at these. Look at them. They're trying to wait to flip my shit on me. Get your own shit. That's my shit. All right.
I'll say after this chapter, because I did say Yama Watcher 6. Yama is still in front of Vayu by the end, but they're literally right next to each other.
Lamb is such a fucking fence sitter. Oh my god.
They're literally right next to each other for me.
Hey, I kind of like Vayu. Hey, Yama's kind of cool. You know what? Nah, Vayu's better. Nah, Yama did this.
I never said Vayu is better.
Stick to your fucking guns.
What I wanted was for Vayu to actually make a choice, and he didn't get to do that. It was a great moment. Still boosted him up, but I wanted him to make a choice.
Me and Naya picked our gods early on and haven't switched. Ain't that right, Naya?
Yeah, except I switched, but when I was Agni first, but when I picked Yama pretty early though.
See, Miles, my list adapts to the writing, not preferences, like you frauds.
No, it's still writing.
Fuck all that.
Favoritism
out. Favoritism out.
I just saw the future. I knew what type of time he was gonna be on. I knew I would.
If you need me to have a conversation where I'm being impartial and objective, that's a different conversation. I don't work that. I don't work like that. I gotta care. I like it.
Doesn't matter which category you talk about. Why you winning?
Rondo Alvarez is written great like a motherfucker. Can't stand him. Don't care. Don't care. Written great though. I did that. I love Indra. I did Indra writing, but Agni's my guy. Trying to change up, like he didn't get my stream sniped. You think I didn't see the lightning? Well, I dodged it, but my computer couldn't handle it.
Fucking crazy. If you like Brahma or Indra, you're
kind of get Brahma though. Brahma I get. I don't like her either, but I get that one more.
No,
Brahma's a good one so far, Miles. That's why people can like her. She's a good villain.
She's not even a villain. She's just a fucking
salty. She is.
She's a salty fucking mechanic.
That's still a
villain. She's a coder.
Ultron rose up. Kick rocks.
I understand Brahma. She moves me. She's raw. I don't like the bubblegum merchant, but I get it. I don't see it. It didn't come across to me as like this. Like I want to wipe them. It's more like, they don't work. It's broken. It's cooked. I'm deleting all the code. We starting over from scratch.
When I kill the ancient humans and when she's fishing us to Vishnu, I'm tired. Shut up. God, they suck.
Oh man, they said Brahma's my 31st favorite character. Did you do character sorter? That was very specific.
Yeah, let me pull up my sorter and see what it is.
I don't know. Was Brahma on that? I think mine was probably the tourism, but I don't remember where mine was if she was there.
I
But
had
we
Brahma
got.
hell a lot.
We're gonna do one at some point. Our group one, which should be really fun. But how did you? I gotta say the Curry gun. By the way, so the panel of Vayu clutching his head and the headphones is very sad, and that one
Pain.
hurts. I actually like. So I really hate when authors body somebody and someone's in pain, and then you just show me the dead body of somebody else, just fucking looking at them crazy because they body like her. She crying, her nose are running, her eyes just open. Dead. I said, bro, don't show me that. Don't show me that shit. I don't. That's like when I just see the goddamn rapier in Teal's neck, just in there. Like, don't show me that shit just sticking out there like the sword of the stone, bitch. I hate you. that makes it worse. But what was I gonna say? I think it pulls on your heartstrings just a little extra because after that all happens, it goes to the childhood of the like first encounter, and you know he's been watching her for a while or at least a couple lifetimes, and he tries to like spit some game, and I'm like, man.
What took me out was that it was actual color. I think this is actual Kubera color drawings from Kurigam in this.
Right.
It wasn't.
I wonder if she had that. I wonder if she had that done before they did during her break. But yeah, she's like, I gotta draw. I gotta ink the pen with this one. So.
And in chibi mode. I was like, God damn it, you fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Let her cook.
He said the defective bet. I understand my Pokemon don't have the right nature perfect IVs. I gotta reset. Character sorter is missing like half the characters. I made my own list with 111 characters. I don't even think I did. I don't know how many. I don't remember how many we had when we did it. But I can't wait to do it again as a group though.
There's 59 right now.
So now there's way more.
I remember mine. I remember that.
Yeah, I think we had talked about making our own tier list at one point.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Oh my god, Brahma cool. Still want to know why she did that. I think I know, but I need confirmation. What are you thinking though? But by the way,
what do you mean?
This is a good chapter.
She said why. Unless you're trying to say like she's like some like hurt soul or some shit. Fuck all that.
What are you saying, Naya?
What does Shiva think?
Who cares
about all this?
You know that's
destruction.
That's a question only you and I are gonna fucking ask.
How does Shiva feel about all this?
Facts. Well, yeah, Kurrigan, what does Shiva think about this universal upheaval right now?
I need Shiva to talk.
You know what doesn't make any fucking sense? It was like this character couldn't get killed from Kali wielding the sword of Ray, but at the same time, Kurrigan's like, he's not in the story because if he dies, all the energy of the universe gets expanded and the universe dies. But he's like fucking unbeatable by anybody in the verse at this point except for Vritra. Like, what are we doing?
She said I gotta protect him.
I think he got Vritra too, to be honest with you.
And Vritra's asleep.
Vritra's awake. Why do you guys keep saying this?
You keep saying you said you guys. I don't recall ever in the history of my life commenting on whether Vritra was asleep or awake. Only on Garuda. Only on Garuda. I did not. If Vritra is sleeping, I didn't know that. That's what it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. That's all I'm saying.
Big sleep, Vritra. We all know what's up.
He's awake. He's fully awake.
No.
There's no. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Well, yeah, man. Any final words about this chapter? Because I'm sad. I'm so sad about it. They say Glam Reacher was near Utah in the Zero Realm next to Taxaka.
No.
Glam doesn't care. He's been told that.
They said Reacher isn't in the story either. Hold on, I saw a panel.
You sleep. What are we talking about?
It's just literally in the story. What do y'all be talking about?
That y'all's for you, Glam, and you alone.
What?
Reacher with Shiva in the void, on the Shadow Realm.
I don't know what y'all talking about, man. He just sleep. He's like Lero. What do you mean by that?
Well, anyways, if you don't got anything else to say about the chapter, we'll wrap it up.
I'm sad. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm like it's bumming me out. Like like actually want to move on to something more happy.
I'm not willing to guess up the character writing in this chapter because I'm sad. That's all it is.
Yeah. I don't think that was reached as a Taksaka.
And it wasn't.
What are we talking about? The one with Venata there or whatever? Or
no, when Kinara and Taksaka and this other dragon Nastika were next to Yuta while he was chained up in the Sura realm. That is not Vritra with them. Vritra is separate.
Oh, Sura realm, my bad.
Vritra literally.
Yeah, Vritra is away. He's just because he's sided with Kinara and Hanuman on what to do with Yuta.
Just based on what we learned from the ancient humans and how quickly they adapted to dealing with Suras, but had no intention of attacking, it got me thinking that Brahma wanted all the Suras gone, and they didn't do it. So control alt delete. I do remember her being like, "Y'all just gonna take this? This is not what I asked for. Y'all sorry." That's interesting. You think there's any credibility to that, or do you think? I would say this. There's probably an extra reason for it besides literally just doesn't work. Maybe. Do you think it could be because maybe she low-key wanted them to start maybe not destroy all the Suras, but at least keep their population in check to some degree? I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I'm thinking of the line that says that all their races are essentially even, right? And I wonder without the humans willing and ability to attack and defend themselves, even if they have to do a preemptive strike, stops that balance. Because with their technology and accumulative lives of learning what they need to learn to create these like towers of defense and whatnot, they're not going to use it. What's the point? Like that's kind of their thing: ingenuity, creation, technology. That's how they fight back. So I don't know. That's kind of the main like line I'm thinking along. I could be wrong, but
Wait.
So like think about it, like gods have powers and jurisdiction and magic and whatnot in general or whatever. I know we have like Phoenix magic and divine magic or whatever. So it's not like I don't remember if the Asian humans ever really used that. But that was the thing that came up later. But Suras are strong. They can transform transcendentals. Gods are strong in their own right. They got a little different abilities, and it's like what makes humans equal to them then? They live forever, and they're stronger. What do we have? Reincarnation. So we can still stack our lives, even though it's not literally the same life in the same body, but we can take those past experiences and kind of be pseudo immortal, and we have the ability to create and learn from our mistakes with using the resources around us and using technology. So that's how we fight back. And because Jay wouldn't attack, she's like, "Fuck this." that's what I'm saying.
My toy's not working the way I want.
Yeah. So I think she was still salty with them signing with Cali, though. It's a possibility. It's very possible. But yeah, man. We'll see what happens. But what's the next one called? What do you want to next? I don't even remember what the next one is. The ancient humans had shorter repeating lifespans instead of the infinite ones from gods and Suras, so they could change easier. It's in mommy Cali's supremacy. I'm rocking with Cali. Give me chaos. I'm rocking with Shiva. Where's Shiva at?
Facts. Talk to him.
Where's Shiva?
Shiva gang.
I don't accept this, Curry.
We're Ushas for Sky Attribute 2024 and Shiva gang 2024. That's the new hashtags.
Sir,
spread the word.
And Curry gone. We're not going to see heaven for this.
Facts.
This is not it, man.
How dare you make Vayu suffer like?
I'm so sad. I didn't need this right now. I could have dealt with this. I could have dealt with this in 4 weeks, or like 4 weeks ago, or in 4 weeks, I'd be okay. I'm in the mud already. Why'd you do this to me? I'm in deeper. It's already sad. I didn't need this. Anyways, y'all be safe.
Boy.
Patreon gang. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Yes, sir. Shout out to my certified BAM lovers. I appreciate y'all deeply. Gotta give a big shout out to the Priest of Fire. That's the real CBL Brilliant gang. You already know what it is, but especially gonna give a huge thank you to my tier 3s, the 5th Zen Gods. Shout out to Zodiac, Sonny Katapali, Simi, Silo, Shoddy to your body, Scobe, Revenant, Lucky Roo, Lazy Dragon, Chris, Johnny Rogers, Jacob Holland, Irene Sharda, Fitz, Triss, and my boy Abdel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.